guys just wrapped up the non-conference season, getting ready. I guess just lessons learned from this non-conference slate.
I hope a lot of them. And we went through it. Played a lot of great competition, all over everywhere but Oregon. So we're really excited to get home for Friday and see our fans. But I think we settled in on a lot of lineup things that we wanted to find, and we kind of know what we're good at, what we're not good at, what we need to get better at. But we got tested. We were looking for fights and we found them, and we came away with a lot of great experience from Novus.
What are some of the things that, not just from this past weekend, but in the totality of non-conference, that you feel like, what are your biggest strengths? What are the areas that you want to work on most and get dressed most right now?
Yeah, so in our sport, there's like 6 matches within a match because of each rotation that we're in, and we have 6 rotations. And so right now, 4 of the 6 we're doing a really good job. 2 of them are not good enough. So I went over with the team today in practice of how we need to get better in 2 of those rotations that I think would really help us. So we're siding out at 65%, which is that's a number that I think most coaches would be happy with. But we're not doing it in those 2 rotations, so that's something we need to get better at. And then the matches where we struggled was just our serve and pass. Our first contact game kind of broke down a little bit. So just, continually sharpening that up and being better at that. But lots of things to like. I think we're in the top half of the conference in every major statistical category. We're doing a lot of really good things. But our conference is stronger than it's ever been from an RPI perspective, which is crazy. So I think right now 6 of the 12 teams are in the top 13 in the RPI. The whole goal of what we did with our preseason was to travel now so that we don't have to at the end, right? We want to be home for the first 4 matches if we can to go to the Final 4, and we did that, and it worked. Our RPI is right up there where we need it to be, and our strength of schedule will only get better as time goes on. So, everything's in our hands, and I think that's where we want it to be, and we want to just keep it there for as long as possible.
Some initial thoughts on Oregon State, first-year head coach over there. Just what have you thought of them so far?
Yeah, I can see a lot of the changes that Lindsay's making, and I think she's doing a really nice job. You can see they're in transition. They're trying to figure out what they're doing, and they're trying to find the right lineup. They're feeling like they're using a lot of different people. There's a lot of really nice talent on the other side. Michael Vernon, who we've played for a handful of years now, she's a really nice scorer for them, and she always gives us a hard time. So we're gonna have to do a good job with her. And they're playing really hard defense, and they serve aggressively. And so I think Lindsay's doing a good job, and we're just looking forward to playing at home.
Can you talk about Hannah a little bit and how she's been able to elevate her game? It seems like she's a do-it-all player now.
Yeah, just pushing Hannah. Hannah's been a great setter since I've known her. Just trying to get her to become a more well-rounded player for us and play more defense and get her block better, serve. And we nominated her for Defensive Player of the Week this week, and I thought she might get it. She had 20 digs, I think, against Pitt, and Pitt is legit. And that environment was great. It was a sellout crowd, and they were all on top of us. And Pitt is a very physical, very good team. So that was a great win for us, and her defense was a huge part of that. She didn't have as many assists because of it, because they were targeting her, but she handled the job. And then Georgia Murphy, I think, had a career high in assists because of that, and we scored out a system well. So just seeing that part of her game, her block, she's at like 0.8 blocks per set, which for a setter is very high. So seeing some of that stuff come along for her, and then just her leadership grow is a really important thing for us, and I'm proud of her for the adjustments that she's made.
You mentioned the sellout crowd. How cool has it been? Obviously, what happened in Nebraska was special, and I think Marquette broke a record, I believe. How cool has it been to just see that attendance so high so far early in the volleyball season?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's, I was lucky enough to watch Sabrina here, so kind of see the impact that Sabrina and among others, could make, in the community with women's sports. And there's a lot of examples in our community of great female athletes, and how they are, loved or appreciated, in our community, and seeing that with our sport all over the world, really, but in our country right now with college sports is exciting. We drew 325,000 viewers for our Marquette match, which is the 3rd highest for volleyball this year, which is exciting. Our first chance getting on national TV was a good one. It was just behind that Nebraska match and then the Nebraska-Stanford match. So, I think that's a really good thing for our brand and for what our team is doing. So I just think more opportunities for us, I think it's going to pay off. So I'm excited to be at home. We broke our attendance record for season tickets. I will be singing at some point, which is horrible, but also great. I think, we're moving in the right direction, and this team should, people should want to come watch this group. They're a great group, and it's going to be a great product. It's going to be great competition, throughout conference season, and I hope everybody gets out to watch and support.
What do you want the identity of an Oregon home match to be going for? With like all those things said, Matt, like Nebraska obviously has a different kind of state level, statewide thing, and now you're going to a different conference.
Yeah.
The state's going to be fractured in conferences, but like,
Yeah.
all right, you're wrapping up this year with this. This is a great team. You're setting the stage for what it's going to be going forward against other premier teams with that kind of atmosphere. What do you want the Oregon atmosphere to build to become?
High energy, people that just love watching our team and how they play. We're very dynamic athletes, size and strength and skill and speed and togetherness. And I think anybody that likes team sports can appreciate our group at the level that they're playing it at. But no, I just, at the end of the year, in playoffs when we hosted, the level that the pit crew, the energy that they brought, how excited everybody was, literally, your edge of your seat for every point and getting involved. Like that's what I want. I want it to just be very fun and supportive. And, we will give you a reason to cheer. You just got to show up and be willing to, but I think this group will give you that this year. And I hope that's what everybody takes away from it.